I'm Professor Diptendra from Calcutta. I am a professor of surgery in the Institute of Postgraduate Medical Education and Research, Kolkata. I am also the president-elect of the Association of Breast Surgeons of India and also would be the founder secretary of the upcoming association of Asian Society of Mastology. Well, we had been doing multiple works on putting forward the association. One of them had been promoting the therapeutic trials that have been done. But two major areas which we think needs to be focused. Number one is obviously the preventive aspect. And this is a model that we want to launch. Now, if you look at globally, there had been screening programs throughout the world. Of course, if you look at the population demography and also the economics involved, India is not the place where you can copy paste a Western model of a screening program. And WHO also recommends that for India we should be adopting our own methodology, and one of them, the best methodology, is awareness, awareness and awareness. If you have 10 rupees, you should be investing 8 rupees on infrastructural development and 2 rupees on prevention. The second aspect which we felt has been left out over centuries is the fact that research had been not so being promoted in this part of the globe. Now, if you look at the total group of patients in the world, almost 60% of the breast cancer will be coming from the developing countries and only 40% will be coming from the so-called developed countries. Unfortunately, we had been trying to implement the protocol of the minority on the majority. That is largely because we have not tried to go into the depth of finding our own problem, running our own trials, and as I keep on telling that India doesn't need any more software engineers. They need one Steve Jobs or they need one Bill Gates to change the economy of the country. So the innovation is the key word for us, for an association like ours. We would like to promote innovations, inspire the next generation to go into the depth of the problem and to come out with Indian trials so that we can, as a team leader of rest of the developing countries, be able to implement our own way of thinking of breast cancer and treating breast cancer and possibly come out with drugs which can be used in breast cancer developed in this part of the world. At least in diagnostic part it is working because of the fact that most of the diagnostics, if you go into the peripheries, into the small villages, it's not possible for the government to invest so much and to maintain the instruments. So at least in the peripheries, the diagnostic part should be working. I am optimistic, but time can only tell how good or how bad it was. Regarding therapeutics, I have some reservations because of the fact that whatever you say and whatever you tell, now when people is going into a private sector, the major issue obviously would be to benefit in terms of money. So naturally, if you want to give a very optimized service in a low cost infrastructure, it possibly may not be possible in all part of the country. So I'm scared about that part regarding delivering the therapeutics. Diagnostic, I'm quite hopeful because it would be very tough for the government to run it. Yeah, as I started telling you that what India needs is research. Now, if you look at the developed countries, you will understand that they have enough of molecules in their pipeline which would make them survive for 2 decades. And once they have a technology running like this, they are going to throw the technology out in a decade's time and bring in another technology. So we need to, if we need to go into the global platform and compete with rest of the world, we need to come out with our own technology. And we must at the same time send the message across to the whole population that the scientific advancement is not only in terms of smartphone development, almost same or maybe 2 times more has gone into medical technology, and the way in 1950s cancer patients died, or the way Anand died in the film, would definitely not be the mode of death in today's era, because we have so many drugs to the disease which Anand had, lymphosarcoma of the intestines, which was not there in 1970s. And the only way out is research and trial, and it should be focused on, as I said, 60% of the volume of the world patients, that is the developing country patients, not targeted only at the developed country patients. Yeah, the first thing all of us need to understand, that when a drug goes into a process of experimentation and market trials, a huge amount of money spent by the multinational companies on those trials. And these trials are all conducted from the Western world and is being implemented in different parts of the globe. So until and unless the Indian companies, all our Indian companies, start investing in trials and researches, they have to buy all those molecules in a huge amount of money, and naturally the drug prices are not going to go down. So as I said, the keyword, the Indians should have their own research, and therefore the whole Indian pharmaceutical industry must have a liaison with the medical faculty and the education team, so that they invest in Indian patients and Indian research, and then only I see the prices of the drug is going to go down.